topics. Yes, some of the topics are important for your mains examination, some for your prelims examination. Yes, so we'll try to cover, and you don't need to, only the most important things are any conceptual clarity. If you want to if you are understanding something, you make running notes on that. Other than that, the material itself is having the notes, so you can use this material for revision. Is it fine? Yes. So what's the first topic? Global Partnership on Artificial Intelligence, GPAI. That is Global This topic is going to be very much important for your prelims as well as mains exam. Mains exam you can always include in the way forward when you write the answers, or when you want to give write a science and technology question, you have the flexibility to talk about this particular concept. But prelims exam, if they ask you, you should know the basics. Is it fine? So what is this Global Partnership on Artificial Intelligence? See, first of all, we have in the last class, how many of you attended the current affairs? Last weekly current affairs. We have discussed about the concepts on artificial intelligence. Do you remember? Yes? Everyone know what is artificial intelligence? Nova? Yes? See, first we'll try to cover three concepts in artificial intelligence. Draw this diagram. This is AI means artificial intelligence. Then you have machine learning. Then this is deep learning. So what is first artificial intelligence? It is a method in which you use cyberspace and robotics and other latest technologies to mimic the human behavior. Is it clear? So it's a machine, but it tries to mimic the human intelligence. It uses the intelligence of human beings and tries to mimic the human behavior. That is artificial intelligence. It's a very broader concept. But within that, we have two most important components. One is machine learning, another is deep learning. Deep learning is one which functions same like how human brain works, based on neurons, right? So we have the structural and functional unit of brain is neuron, which uses neural network. In the same manner, this deep learning also functions based on neural networks. That is, it uses a series of network called neural networks, but what it is trying to do is it uses complex algorithms. So, and it will try to find a solution for that. So that is deep learning. Machine learning means a machine which has automatically it has its features, such as software it will be there. It will learn on its own. So machine learning means, so the machine will automatically, it will keep learning. Find a solution. In case if it does not find, it will try to learn. So that is machine learning. Deep learning means you are using various algorithm or software to solve any complex problems. That is which one? Deep learning. Is it clear? Yes. So try to draw this diagram which you can use in your mains answers in science and technology. Artificial intelligence is going to be very much important because this is the latest now with the now industrial revolution 4.0 is happening. Science and technology class over. Yes, you would have studied about industrial revolution 4.0, which we are now going through. In that we use more of these kind of technologies such as IoT. There is another concept called Internet of Things, which you would have heard. What is Internet of Things? Based on sensor. See, if Internet of Things, its basic concept is, for example, you are now sitting in a classroom. In your home, suppose you forgot to switch off your TV or AC. What you can do, with the help of internet, which is connected with the TV, that is a smart TV, and you also have an connectivity where you can control your TV by switching off or on by sitting here. So if you use that kind of technology, then it is called Internet of Things. Not only that, it has various applications in parking also, automatic car, which Google, which company, Tesla, automatic car. All these are examples for IoT technology. Yes, so these all form part of Industrial Revolution 4.0. But now coming into this artificial intelligence, this particular meeting is going to be important because this year, 2023, that is in December month, this month, India is going to host the this year summit. So it's going to be important for your exam. India is going to be the host for Global Partnership on Artificial Intelligence. Yes. So in this Global Partnership on Artificial Intelligence, when it was formed, that can be asked in exam. So try to remember this. It was initially formed in 2020. Last year meeting, it happened in Tokyo, that is in Japan. That is the first meeting which happened in Asia. After this, this is going to be the second meeting which is going to happen in Asia, that is in India. This month only it's going to happen. It has not happened till now. Yes. So what we are going to discuss in this meeting, any idea? We are going to use how to make use of this artificial intelligence. See, when it comes to artificial intelligence now, there are various problems also the world is, they are expecting. What kind of problems do you expect with the artificial intelligence? Any idea? Huh? Misuse of technology. In what way it can be misused? Personal data, yes. Then main thing what India is concerned about in this artificial intelligence technology is we are asking for ban on artificial intelligence usage in military. This is one proposal many countries are carrying through. But India has to take a balancing position, because what is happening today in the world is many countries like USA and then China, they have taken very good leap. They have used most of the artificial intelligence technologies in military purposes, and India is in the starting phase now. See, now this is going to be the technology of future, and we should also try to learn and apply this technology. But there are some countries in the world, what they are actually bothered about is when we use more such technologies in warfare, in military battle, military ground, it can end up in lot of problems for other countries also. So there should be some restrictions. So they wanted to discuss all these things in this year meeting, which is going to happen this month. Yes, and totally in GPA, that is Global Partnership on Artificial Intelligence, when it was formed, initially there were 15 members. But today it has been increased to 25 members. So try to remember these basic facts. We will again come to this topic, Global Partnership on Artificial Intelligence. Again, once the meeting happens, we will try to discuss the outcome of the meeting. From the UPSC Prelims exam perspective, you can expect when it was formed, how many members are there. India is also one of the founding member. Kindly try to remember. That's why India is hosting this year's summit. Yes, and the concerns about artificial intelligence, especially military applications and productive usage of technology, we wanted to collaborate and partnership with many countries, especially the leading developed countries like USA and China. They have taken very much big lead. So India also wants to learn some of these technologies, but at the same time, we are very much careful that we wanted to restrict its usage in military. But there are some experts who also advise India to make use of this artificial intelligence technology for military purposes also. So one group of people wants us to use for military purpose. Other experts are against this. So we have to wait and see. In this particular meeting is going to be crucial. It will decide on all these outcomes. Is it fine? Yes, what's the next topic? Adultery. Adultery. What is first of all adultery? A married, anybody who is married, a man or woman, who is having an affair or sexual affair with another person outside this marriage, that is rather than his husband or wife, if he or she is engaging in sexual affair outside their outside their marriage, outside their relationship, or anywhere outside, that is going to be illegal. Yes, and for that, what happened is, if you look at India, we had a law till now in India which actually punished the adultery in case of India. Based on, we have section 497 of Indian Penal Code. So this one, it has actually criminalizes adultery. But what you should understand here is, what is very important is, this particular provision, section 497 of Indian Penal Code, it was actually what it actually provisions it had is, see, in a marriage relationship, only a man can go and file a complaint for the woman who is engaging in having an illegal affair outside. Rather, woman cannot go and file a complaint for men who is involving in sexual affair. Is it clear? Are you getting it what I am telling? Yes. So you have a couple, right? Married male plus female will take, or men plus men or woman. Now what is happening is, see, if suppose if this female she is going and having an affair outside the actual relationship, she is having an illegal affair, then this person, the husband can go and file a complaint. Is it clear? First scenario, is it clear? But on the other side, suppose if the male is going and having an illegal sexual affair outside his marriage, rather than his legal partner, some other person, at that time the female cannot go and file a complaint. Is it clear? Are you getting it? This was the law we had in India, in our Indian Penal Code, under section 497 for a long period of time. So there was a gender, what happens? Discrimination or disparity. Yes. So general disparity was there when it comes to adultery, and it took India for a long time to rectify this provision, because what is important is, it has to be gender neutral. Is it or not? Both the, see, if you are punishing a person for this engaging in this illegal affair, it has to be applied equally. It should not be discriminated that only you are punishing woman, not the male person. So due to this kind of demands, even recently what happened is, in 2018, there is a landmark judgment which was given by Chief Justice of India, that is Deepak Mishra. Don't need to remember this name. Don't need to remember. But this case is important. 2018 case, it is a landmark judgment. What it has done is, it has decriminalized the adultery. Is it clear? First of all, there was a gender discrimination, but see, why we should make this as punishable offense? Because in 2018, what happened is, you know about Article 21. What is Article 21? Right to polity class has not been completed. NCERT class polity over, no? Article 21, right to life and personal liberty. Even in mains class later you will be studying. This right is, it has been actually expanded now due to various Supreme Court judgments. Right to life and personal liberty includes right to education, right to livable environment. Yes, right to, there are so many rights which has been included. The most notable among them is right to privacy. This has been included under Article 21. Yes. Now, something which happens inside, that is within the marriage, within the institution of marriage, or within a family, that comes under privacy. Is it or not? Something that is going to be between husband and wife, that is a privacy matter or not? Are you agreeing? Yes, something that whether they engage in illegal affair or not, that is going to be something which is concerning the privacy of an individual. So in our constitution, through various Supreme Court judgments, we have recently, that is some 7 to 8 years back, we have also included right to privacy as one of our fundamental rights under Article 21. So now, by punishing a person who is engaging in adultery, does it comes under violation of privacy? Yes. So due to this kind of issues, in 2018, even our Supreme Court has decriminalized the adultery for this reason only. Is it clear? But now, why again then we are talking, sir? Because it was there before, we have decriminalized it. Now, what is the recent update is, in the last week, there is a parliamentary standing committee. What is parliamentary standing committee? Is it a permanent committee or temporary committee? Polity. It's a permanent committee, parliamentary standing committee. So it has given a report on adultery very recently. So it is talking about adultery, and under that, what it is, it has suggested is, they wanted to make adultery in India gender neutral. So it has suggested to bring gender neutrality. This is the main recommendation. That's why it was in news, and now it has been debated very frequently in newspapers. So what is the meaning of gender neutrality now? See, it is not that you just make the woman accountable for engaging in illegal affair. Rather, what should be done? Even the men should be made accountable. Is it or not? So this suggestion has been now given by Parliamentary Standing Committee. Yes, but it's up to the government to accept it or not. But this committee has given a report, so we are discussing this. And it can be one of your mains examination in GS paper 2. They can ask your opinion on this, or in essay they can ask you. Is it clear? Did you understood the topic? And one more thing, with respect to this adultery, in case of India, if you see, there is one Malmith committee. Malmith committee. This committee was formed in 2003. This particular committee also has also recommended for gender neutrality. Same thing. It has suggested in 2003 only. Who was the Prime Minister that time? Manmohan Singh. Vajpayee. Atal Bihari Vajpayee was the Prime Minister that time. So during that earlier BJP government tenure, that time this committee has been appointed. And that was the committee, first time it has recommended to make adultery as a gender neutral offense in India. But it was not followed due to various reasons. But now, very recently, this Parliamentary Standing Committee has also recommended bringing adultery under gender neutrality. Yes? And one more thing under this we wanted to discuss is, see here, there is a couple, men and woman. Yes? Let's take this woman is engaging in some illegal affair. And till now the law was men can go and file a complaint. Is it or not? Now, even if you look at the law also, woman cannot be punishable for this offense. As per Indian law, before what they were used to do is, whom she is having an illegal affair, only that person will be punished, not the woman in the law. Is it clear? Yes, but we have now removed this, that is, we have decriminalized this after 2018. Now the proposal is to make it gender neutral. Fine. Next topic. Understood the concept? Yes. So try to remember the Malmith committee. That can be asked in prelims examination, because that was the earliest committee to give proposal for gender neutrality, bringing gender neutrality in adultery. But the recent one is the Parliamentary Standing Committee. Third topic. Third topic itself, loss and damage fund. What is the third topic? Okay, that is as per your weekly current affairs material. In the notes, in the Telegram group, what we have given, loss and damage fund. This is going to be very much important. In case of mains, it will come under GS paper 3, and in case of prelims, in environmental segment, it is very important topic. Loss and damage fund. Loss and damage fund. See this loss and damage fund, first what is the meaning of this loss and damage fund? We don't have any official definition for loss and damage fund. Is it clear? We don't have it, but colloquially or we wanted to understand what is the actual meaning. Means, see, after industrial revolution, after when the first industrial revolution happened, any idea? Some 1760s. So first industrial revolution happened in the time period of 1760s. From that time period, what happened is, where it happened? First in Britain, especially the coming up of coal, steam engine, industrial revolution started in England. Yes, so they went for like manufacturing more goods in a shorter period of time. And what happened is, by burning more coal, due to industrial revolution, we started increasing the that is emission of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Is it or not? Yes, right from the moment of industrial revolution to till now, the country, that is with the help of these thermal power plants and various other ways, we are actually polluting the atmosphere continuously by emitting carbon dioxide. Now what is happening because of release of carbon dioxide? Global warming is happening, which we have discussed in last class also. Now this is happening on one side, but in this, if you clearly observe, the most of the carbon dioxide which has been released in the atmosphere till now, that has been mostly, it has been emitted by which country? Developed countries or developing countries? Mostly it is released by developed countries. Yes, whereas developing countries, as including India, has not used the much of the carbon space. Why we talk about carbon space today means, today we are talking about limiting the carbon dioxide emission in atmosphere. But what is happening is, most of the carbon dioxide which has been polluted in the polluted or released into the atmosphere, majority has been contributed by which of the countries? Like European Union, USA, Japan. So these three countries, they contribute almost, they have contributed nearly more than 50% of the carbon dioxide emissions. Almost only three countries. So if you look at this now, developing countries, they also need to grow. Is it or not? They also need to like go for development. But in that case, what is happening is, there is a compromise which is happening today. Is it or not? Because if you go for reducing carbon dioxide, you cannot go use coal, which is going to be very cheap. You need to rather invest on renewable energy, that is going to be initially costly. So considering these challenges, now what the developing countries are asking the developed countries is, there is a principle of, they are asking these countries to abide by principle of common but differentiated responsibilities. Right? We will come again to next one more topic. We will discuss all the terminologies in environment, especially climatic change terminologies we will discuss. So CBDR. CBDR means common but differentiated responsibilities. Yes, see, both developed and developing countries are polluting the atmosphere by releasing carbon dioxide today. But in this, if you observe, it is the developed countries who have polluted or used most of the carbon space, not the developing or least developed countries. So today, developing countries are telling that, see, we are ready. Even developing countries like India, what we are saying today is, we are ready to reduce the carbon dioxide in atmosphere. That is fine. But till now, whatever pollution has happened in the atmosphere, it is mainly because of you. Who? Developed countries. So you should bear more responsibility. You cannot come and say all are one. You cannot say that. You polluted more, so you take up more responsibility. Let developing countries like India and poorer countries like Africa and small island countries who have not used much of the carbon space, they are facing the problem of climatic change and global warming today. Is it or not? So what countries, developing countries have asked the developed countries is that they should take more responsibility. So in that more responsibility, what developing countries are demanding is to set up a fund Is it clear? What is that fund is called? That is called loss and damage fund. So whatever historical emissions till now has happened in the atmosphere, to compensate that, because of that only climatic change has happened today. So to compensate that, a fund has to be created. Let's call that as loss and damage fund. Is it clear? Why it is the damage? Because of the damage it has created to the environment and the losses which has happened. Now, this particular fund has been proposed, this concept has been there for long period of time. But officially, if you observe, in the UNFCCC summit, that is at the COP 27, which happened at Egypt last year, Sharm el Sheikh. Kindly write it, very important. Sharm el Sheikh. This is a place in Egypt. That is where last year, what is COP? Conference of Parties. I will come to this terminology. Next we have all the glossaries which came in Indian Express newspaper, which was actually very excellent article. So we will try to discuss all the terminologies today. First write this. COP refers to Conference of Parties. That is all the member countries who are part of UN summit, UNFCCC summit. They are referred as COP. So this concept of loss and damage was first proposed in last year's summit. Which summit? At Egypt. So it was first proposed. The plan was proposed in last year's summit. But this year, where it happened? COP 28 summit. Anybody? UAE. I told in last class also. COP 28 summit is happening at Dubai, UAE. Yes. So here, now in the meeting, this meeting has started last week only. November 30th, this meeting officially started. Still this meeting is going on. Whatever we are discussing till now, these concepts, whatever outcome they have now discussed, that only we are discussing. Still more are yet to come. We will keep on discussing this month. Again, next week also we will discuss more on this environmental issues, because after that this meeting won't happen. So it will be over by the time. So after that articles won't come more on environment. And UPSC will usually pick questions from this December month articles only. Whatever concepts which are in news for environmental segment. So in this meeting, they have this loss and damage fund, they have officially launched it. Kindly write it. So this loss and damage fund was proposed in Egypt summit, Sharm el Sheikh summit. This year it has been launched. Officially it has been launched in the last week only. Yes. So how much fund, how much is the amount means? They have now, as of now, they have finalized $475 million. 475 or 275? 475 only, right? In that 475, the highest one was contributed by European Union, 275 million. 275 million European Union. And then we have USA and one more is Japan. USA it is around 20. How much it is? Huh? If you add this, it will come 10% of that. How much it is? 24.5 million. Japan? 10 million. See that in the notes it has been given. Try to remember this. USA it is 17. Then USA it is 17.5 million, then it is 10 million, I think. So it roughly comes around 10% you put, 275, 27.5. If you add up these two, it will come that value. Yes? So 10 million. And another country is there, that is UAE. UAE being the host, it has committed 100 million. Yes? And many other countries, small other developed countries also have contributed. Only the developed countries, kindly remember, don't expect any money from India in this fund. Yes? Because it is these developed countries who should take the responsibility, and long time from 2015 onwards the countries started demanding this fund. This concept has been there from 2015. That is the year when this COP summit happened in Copenhagen. That is a Paris summit which happened, no? Yes. So before the Paris agreement only, from that time period, many countries have started asking developed countries should create the fund. Because, see, you are asking us to reduce carbon dioxide. What does that mean? We should not use more coal. Rather, what should we do? We should go for renewable energy. We cannot use, what to say, old automobile technology. We should go for better technology. Even renewable technology, if you go, you require, you need to have, like get the expertise in using which one? Solar technology, yes, and wind. You need to learn this technology. You need to adapt to it. Now, to get the technology, poorer countries, African countries, small island countries, they don't have the technology first of all. Now, what they are telling is either the developed country like USA, you give us the technology so that we will go for reduction of carbon dioxide, or else at least give us the fund, money, so that we will invest in such kind of plants which will not lead to increase of carbon dioxide. That's the proposal. That's why this has been created, and it's going to be very much important for your prelims examination. Is it clear? Yes, what you should remember is, um, where this loss and damage fund was initially proposed, not this year, last year. This year it has been launched, and the total money, try to remember the value. Is it clear? It comes around $475 million. Fine. Next topic. See, just tell me one by one all the terminologies. We'll finish one by one. First is COP. First is COP, right? We'll go one by one. Yes, COP. See, what is the meaning of COP? As I said, it is Conference of Parties. Conference of Parties. Today you have UNFCCC, that is in COP, Conference of Parties. Parties means simply member countries. We have 198 member countries officially today in case of COP. So this summit which is happening in this year, in this month, which is going on in case of Dubai, it is the COP 28th summit. 28th summit. Every year this summit will happen. It's happening as part of UNFCCC, United Nations Framework Conference on Climatic Change. When it was created? Yes, come in. When it was created? Last class I told. You are not revising. Yes, we'll see. When it comes to climatic change, you have the atlas with you. Go to Brazil kindly, bit faster. Brazil, a South American country called Brazil. You have a city, portal city called Rio de Janeiro. In case of Brazil, kindly go and mark that country in your map. Yes, Rio de Janeiro is there. Atlas, how many of you first of all having? Kindly raise your hand. One, only 4. Some all who have attended geography class only, they are having atlas. Others have not. How many of you have not bought atlas till now? Tell me. Not bought atlas. Everyone is having atlas. In home you are keeping fresh, new. That's the objective. Atlas you should be like tiered. It should be scribbled. That is when you are reading properly. Is it clear? Always have atlas with you. Without atlas, it's very difficult to remember the places. Because in UPSC preliminary examination, geographical places in news plays a very crucial role. Every year, out of 100 questions, you will be getting minimum 5 to 7 questions from map segment. Minimum I am saying. Maximum is your luck. But minimum you will get 5 to 7 questions. In that, they will be asking at least 1 or 2 questions from places in news. Is it clear? Especially the places which are coming in international column, surely you can expect in UPSC preliminary examination. Yes, so try to, whenever current affairs class happens, try to remember these places as part of the class, and even we will have separate session before prelims to revise the places in news. But try to remember these things parallelly. Let's not make it as a separate task. So Rio de Janeiro, mark it. Is there in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro? Yes. Now, in case of this particular place, Rio de Janeiro is going to be very, very important for your climatic change summits, because in the world, if you see, with respect to environment, the first summit is, that is United Nations Conference on Environment and Development. This is a summit which happened in 1992. At which place? At Rio de Janeiro. This is otherwise called as Earth Summit. This summit will usually be happen every once in 10 years only. Once in 10 years. 1992, 2002, 2012, 22. Go and try to see where and all this meeting has happened. Every only 10 years this meeting will happen. And what is most important about this particular Earth Summit is, it is in this Earth Summit only, as outcome of this Earth Summit in 1992, three most important that is bodies, environmental bodies related to environment has been formed. One among them is UNFCCC, that is the United Nations Framework Conference on Climatic Change. And then you have CBD, that is Convention on Biodiversity. Then you also have United Nations Combat Against Desertification. United Nations Combat Against Desertification. So these three bodies have been created as an outcome of Earth Summit which happened in 1992. So among that, the most important thing is UNFCCC Summit. Yes, but this summit has been, that is, it has been proposed in 1992, but it officially started meeting for first time from 1994 onwards. Yes, but try to remember, it's outcome of this Earth Summit, these three bodies has been created. Now coming here, so under UNFCCC only, every year all the countries of the world, the member countries of the world, they will assemble together and they will discuss on climatic change, how to tackle climatic change. Is it clear? So in that, the most under UNFCCC, the most important body we have is COP, because COP is the one in which who will participate, that is the ministers will participate. Ministers. In case of India, which minister will participate? Environmental Minister, Minister of Environment, Forest and Climatic Change. That is the official ministry of India who will participate in these meetings. Like this, every country will send their environmental ministry to participate in this meeting. So this is the highest decision making body. Other times also they will be meeting. That time our IAS officers, IPS or IFS officers, yes, diplomats, bureaucrats, they will be sitting together. But you cannot expect really any outcome from that. They will set up the agenda which they will discuss in the main meetings. That time the ministers will come and participate. That is the COP meeting. That is the Conference of Parties. Today 198 member countries are there. Next one. What happened? Yes. See, some whatever decisions we take here, even Paris Agreement also, see, some of them are legally binding, like Kyoto Protocol we have under this, which was legally binding. But in Paris Agreement we have some of them are voluntary commitments. Some are not legally binding. You see, it depends upon the agreement which is reached. I will come to that. Next one. Which one? Could not get you. Still more terminologies are there. We'll come to that post office. Next, glossary of terms. Next one. Still one by one. We'll go one by one. First is Conference of Party. Next one, Kyoto Protocol. Kyoto Protocol. Already, the students who have attended my geography class, they will be remembering. Where is Kyoto? Japan. Yes. So if you have the atlas, go to the map of Japan. You have 4 islands in Japan: Kaishu, Shiku, Honshu, Hokkaido. In that, I think in the island of Honshu, Kyoto is located. Check that. Honshu, Honshu only, right? So you have Kyoto, Kyoto, Osaka. That is the industrial region of Japan also. Most industrial region of Japan. And this Kyoto is also famous for producing toys. Toys. We'll come to that in geography class. Yes, but coming to here, this particular protocol, um, this is a protocol which was initially it was proposed in 1997. 1997, but what happened is it officially came into existence in only from the year 2005. So it was there till 2020. 15 years it was there, this Kyoto Protocol. So officially it was proposed in which one? 1997 proposed, but not implemented. But this is the implementation period. Now what they have implemented? The same, that CBDR I said, right? That is, what is CBDR? Common but differentiated responsibilities. Rich countries should go for more commitments. Rich and developed countries should go for more commitments, whereas developing countries and least developed countries should be given more time and less commitment, less reduction commitment. This was also one principle in CBDR. This was actually first implemented in which one means Kyoto Protocol. Kyoto Protocol. Under this, what we did is we categorized the countries into industrialized countries and non-industrialized countries. So what we did is we have made almost industrialized countries, they should go for reduction of which one? Carbon dioxide. Is it clear? Yes. So what about other countries, non-industrialized countries like India? We don't need to go for it. Is it clear? Only we have asked the developed countries and the advanced economics like industrialized countries only should go for carbon dioxide reduction. Is it clear? So we have created various annexure countries, annexure 1, annexure 2, annexure 3. Later in environment class, they will go very deeply. Let's not go that much. But what we should understand is industrialized countries only. How many are there? Around 37 countries, 37 members. That is who come under industrialized countries category. They have been asked to go for reduction of carbon dioxide. That is the time period given for that is from 2005 to 2020. Yes, now it's not there. It's over. By 2020 it got over. Validity is over. Yes. And what is most important is under this Kyoto Protocol, they have created also 3 important mechanisms. One is joint implementation. Kindly write it. Again in environment class, you will be studying all this only. But let's try to understand the basics of this. Implementation. And then you have clean development mechanism. And then you have emissions trading. So you have 3 concepts. Under which one? Under Kyoto Protocol. As part of Kyoto Protocol, to reduce carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, that can be done by 3 ways. Joint implementation, another one is clean development mechanism, third is emissions trading. Who will do this? That is mainly the industrialized countries. Yes, only they have to do it. Developed countries has to do it. Now, see how they do this. How they do this? Any idea? You want to reduce carbon dioxide in atmosphere. What are the ways it is possible broadly? One is use the technology, so that better technology. Another is go for planting more trees. Yes, so it can be done in majorly 2 ways. So reducing carbon dioxide can be done in 2 major ways. One is you bring in latest, that is carbon absorption technology. bring in carbon absorption technology. Another one is through afforestation. These are the two major ways. Yes. Now, industrialized countries were also, they also need to go for this carbon dioxide reduction through these two mechanisms only. Either in their country, like countries in Europe, Europe, and then in case of USA, Japan, they should go for planting more trees. Why they should plant more trees? Because trees will absorb the carbon dioxide during which process? Photosynthesis process. So trees will act as a natural carbon sinks. Carbon sinks. Any other carbon sinks you can say? Carbon sinks means what? It's absorbing carbon dioxide naturally from the atmosphere. Any other way? Oceans. Oceans also are the biggest carbon sinks in the world. Is it clear? Whatever carbon dioxide is in the atmosphere, what is happening in ocean? Atmospheric carbon dioxide, they will, due to atmospheric pressure, they will go on mix with water, and carbon dioxide will react with water to form carbonic acid. Is it clear? So through dissolving of this carbonic acid, that is by carbon dioxide mixing with water, and it will form carbonic acid in oceans, and through trees the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere can be absorbed. Is it clear? Yes, this is the one way. Another way is we have various technologies. I will come to that. What are those technologies? I will discuss. The other concepts are there. Now we'll discuss about joint implementation. Now, these industrialized countries which want to reduce which one? Carbon dioxide. What they can do is they can go and collaborate with other developed countries, and they can also, for example, in USA, we are finding it difficult to go for planting more of trees. Now, what it can do? It can collaborate with Japan. In Japan, it can go and plant some trees. Is it clear? That way in which two developed countries come together and go for carbon dioxide reduction, that is referred as joint implementation. Yes, write it in your simple terms. These are not given in the notes. Yes, so this is joint implementation, where developed country will partner with another developed country. Then what is clean development mechanism means here, so this is developed plus developed country. Here it is developed country will try to collaborate with some developing countries. With developing countries like India. What they can do? They can come, they can plant trees in India. Or what they can do, rather than going for afforestation method, another is technology. They can transfer the carbon absorption technology to India. Is it clear? With the help of that, you can absorb the carbon dioxide from atmosphere. I will come to that carbon technologies. Yes, but so if you use those technologies of developed countries in collaborative mode, that is the industrialized country will come and execute projects in countries like India, which is a developing country. What is the purpose? To absorb or to reduce carbon dioxide. So that is referred as clean development mechanism. Is it clear? Then third one is emissions trading. Third is emissions trading. See, we say that is carbon dioxide emissions we are actually measuring in certified emissions reduction. 1 CER means certified emissions reduction. 1 CER is equivalent to 1 ton of carbon dioxide. Kindly write it, very, very important. I will explain that. What is the meaning of CER? Certified emissions reduction. 1 certified emission reduction means it's like a certificate. Is it clear? 1 CER certificate if you have, what does it mean? They have reduced almost 1 ton. Ton means how much? 1000 kgs. 1000 kg. So that much carbon dioxide they have reduced in atmosphere. Now, see here, what is the meaning of emission trading is, see, there are some countries, let's take for example USA. Now USA, it has to, as per Kyoto Protocol, they has to reduce carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Is it or not? You agree? Everyone? because it is a legally binding treaty. Kindly understand, whoever the 37 member countries who have been included, industrialized countries, they have to reduce carbon dioxide, no other go. How you do it? Either you do it in your own country, or you go and partner with the developed country, or partner with a developing country. These are two ways. Third major way is, what we can do is, see, for example, USA in its territory, in its country, it's unable to implement this. Is it clear? But it is having lot of money. Is it clear? Yes, we know that it's sitting with lot of money. Let's take some countries like India, or any small island countries in Africa we'll take. Let's take India only. Now, what is happening is, see, USA is unable to go for reduction of carbon dioxide in its territory. Now, it can ask countries like India or any small island countries or developing countries, what they can do, they can go for which one? They can go for reducing the carbon dioxide. Is it clear? And that reduction, for example, in the case of India, that can be done by even private companies or by government, any agencies, government or private. Whoever does this, whoever is able to reduce carbon dioxide, that they will have this certificate. That is, for every 1 ton carbon dioxide reduction which is happening, they will get 1 CER certificate. Now, for example, and as per Kyoto Protocol, USA should reduce, let's take 10 CER. 10 CER. Now, it is unable to do in its own country. That is 10 certified emission reduction means how much? 10 ton of carbon dioxide it has to reduce as per Kyoto Protocol, let's assume. Now, that 10 certified emission reduction, what it can do is, it can purchase from another country which has gone for, which is having that certificate. Is it clear? Are you getting it? So, what it can do, USA can try to buy some 10 CER, so from government and private agencies in case of India, and it can show that it has reduced it, carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Is it clear? This concept is referred as emissions trading. So also referred as carbon market mechanism. I will come to that. Again, we will discuss that. So, but try to write this. All these things will come under Kyoto Protocol. This is going to be very important. Yes, next one, Paris Agreement. Yes. Yes. Carbon sequestration is the carbon absorption technology I am talking about. Yes. Next one, Paris Agreement. You have understood what is Kyoto Protocol? 1997 was the proposal. Time period is from 2005 to 20. Kindly remember that. And it applies only to industrialized countries, not to developing countries. That also you need to remember. And under this, these three mechanisms are in place. UPSC will surely ask in preliminary examination concepts about these three mechanisms. Is it clear? Have you written? Yes. Now, next one is Paris Agreement. See, the Paris Agreement, it came into existence which year? 2015, 15 only, no? So yes, it is going to be in existence for another 15 years. Yes, so 2015 it came. And what is the purpose of Paris Agreement? In which summit it happened? In COP 21, I think. COP 21 summit, which happened at Paris. So that is why it is called as Paris Agreement. COP 21. Try to remember the COP numbers also. UPSC may ask you in statement oriented questions in prelims. They will mix always concept with fact, so that the question will be look tougher to you. So you have to be good with both concept and factual information. Especially important facts only you need to remember. Now, coming to Paris Agreement, what we have actually, see, this was actually signed when Kyoto Protocol, I think then Kyoto Protocol timeline is to 20 only, no? Up to 2020. Okay, see, when Kyoto Protocol was about to expire, we actually looked for an alternative international agreement. Is it clear? Now, when we talk about the next agreement, at that time, what happened is the developed countries were very highly alert by this time, because in Kyoto Protocol you have made them highly responsible for their actions. Now in Paris Agreement, they were very clear. They told on one line what it is. We will also reduce, you also reduce. You are also polluting the atmosphere. No, you cannot blame us only. Whatever blame you have given, we have followed it. We have abided by the principle of common but differentiated responsibility. Yes. Now when it comes to Paris Agreement, then developing countries and small island countries, what they thought is, okay, we will also take part, because the earth is going, it's actually experiencing high amount of temperature increase. So what this Paris Agreement they have agreed is, they majorly agreed on limiting the global temperature. Limiting the global temperature. That's the main purpose of Paris Agreement. Now, what is the temperature limit which they have agreed is, see, the temperature at any case, it should not exceed, that is 2 degrees Celsius. It should not exceed 2 degrees Celsius. Preferably, it should be reduced to how much? 1.5 degrees Celsius. So it should be maintained less than 1.5 degrees Celsius. What will happen if the temperature is rising above 1.5 degrees Celsius? Yes, glaciers will melt. Yes, because of melting of glaciers, what scientists are telling is, the world will experience extreme events. So if temperature is increasing 1.5 degrees Celsius, the world will experience extreme events. What are extreme events? Extreme flood, extreme drought, and then extreme heat waves. So the recent like last week, the cyclone which we experienced in Chennai, cyclone Michaunga, I will come to that. That also you can include as example for climatic change. Is it clear? Or example for urban floods. The Chennai flood which happened recently, many people have died, and other than that, the damage it has caused on property and on the lives of people, Chennai is unable to recover. Even after this drain, again they are predicting one more cyclone is going to come in the coming week. So all this indicates that we are actually experiencing which one? Climatic change. We are living in the world of, we are actually witnessing the climatic change events. That's why whenever rain is happening, it is actually, this is again this Chennai rain which has happened now because of cyclone Michaung. It's again historic rainfall. That is, the last time when Chennai received this much quantity of rainfall is in 2015. That was the worst flood which Chennai has experienced. I still remember that time when I was aspirant. I studied in Delhi with some. I had a lot of Kannada friends. Some of my Kannada friends at that time. In the 2015 flood, December month only it happened. Exactly 8 years back. Many of my civil service friends, they called from other state. Many of them are ready to they wanted to donate some money, especially for the people who got affected by the flood. Why I'm telling that is, imagine then how much was the catastrophe, how much was the damage in 2015. But today, it's because of some kind of, what to say, being an election year. So government only is trying to now, Chennai, Tamil Nadu government is telling that it will fund now 6,000 rupees for every family who has been affected by the flood. But this is not going to be the solution. Yes, I will come to that cyclone Michaung later. But now, so what we are witnessing is the live example of various climatic change events. So the world temperature at any case, it should be, we should try to limit it to at what level? 1.5 degrees Celsius level. That was actually agreed in Paris Agreement. And how will you do that? And who will do that? These are two questions arises. Kyoto Protocol, we are very clear. It is only the developed countries have, that is the industrialized economies, have to take the responsibility, go for carbon emission reduction. But when it comes to Paris Agreement, here all the countries, they actually, who are the participants in UNFCCC, all the member countries, they took part in the agreement. So to do this practically, many countries, they have been asked to go for voluntary emission reductions. What is the meaning? See, the carbon dioxide emission which every country is now going to reduce, it's not going to be compulsory like that of Kyoto Protocol. Are you understanding? Yes, it's up to you. Now you have to go and say every country in that which one Paris Agreement from that time period onwards that they have been asked. Many member countries have been asked to come out with your own. What target you only say? For example, India, how much it has given? Any idea? Nationally determined contribution of India. Type it in internet. INDC of India. That is roughly around 33 to 35% of carbon dioxide reduction from 2005 level, I think. Check it. So India has also pledged it. Not only India, actually many countries internationally, many countries like China and even European Union, many countries have actually, they have pledged for going for voluntary emission reductions. What is INDC level for India? 40, how much? 45% of carbon dioxide reduction from which level? 2005 level, 2005 level. By which year? By 2030, 2005 levels by 2030. Kindly write it because it is for India. So India is, we are planning that what was the carbon dioxide level in which year? In 2005. Compared to that, in that is Paris Agreement came into being in 2015. In the next 15 years, we will try to reduce nearly half of our emissions. It's a very good, huge target which India has committed at this Paris Agreement. Yes. So like this, every country has pledged. Is it clear? And if you don't do that, nothing is there. Is it clear? It's not any legally, it's not binding. It's voluntarily you are telling. Voluntarily every country is saying how much you can voluntarily reduce it, you try to reduce. But there was greater pressure which was put forth indirectly on countries like India. Because being the largest population of the world today, so many developed countries are blaming India for what? For our rice cultivation and livestock. Because that is where most of the greenhouse gases has been emitted, like methane. I will come to methane emission also. We have one more article to discuss on that. Yes, next one. So this is Paris Agreement. Next terminology. 1.5 degree limit. So you know what is that? 1.5 degree limit is the Paris Agreement outcome only. So where the highest level, the temperature, global temperature can reach is 2 degrees. But in best case, we should try to limit it to 1.5. Otherwise, the world will face these extreme events. Next one. Glasgow Pact. Glasgow Pact, that is in the Glasgow Pact. Where is Glasgow city located? Anybody? Geography students who attended my class, tell me. Scotland. Yes. So it was happened in COP 26. This summit happened, Glasgow Pact happened in COP 26. Yes, COP 27 where it happened? In Egypt. That is Sharm el Sheikh. 28 is in Dubai. Now India is asking for to chair which year? 28, 2028 we are asking. 28 or 30? Okay, anyway, still officially no, nothing has been promised to India. Let's wait. The meeting is happening, still it's not officially over. But our Prime Minister Modi wants to show the leadership of India. Already we have done that at our G20 summit. So we wanted to show this leadership ability in climatic change summits also. So Glasgow Pact, COP26, why it's important is because this is the first UNFCCC summit which has had a target of phase down of coal. Phase down of coal. So the word coal was first time used in Glasgow Pact only in the UNFCCC summit. That's why it's important, which can be asked in prelims exam. So why we should cut down coal? Carbon dioxide emission will come down. Is it clear? When you burn coal, through oxidation, carbon dioxide, coal contains carbon. So through oxidation, it forms, releases carbon dioxide. So we need to reduce the usage of coal. That was discussed in Glasgow Pact. Next one. Carbon markets. Carbon markets. So carbon markets we have already discussed. What is it? That is the CER. One CER is 1 ton of carbon dioxide. What is CER? Certified emission reduction. So it's also called as carbon credit. The carbon market, you can also call this as carbon credit mechanism. Carbon credits. What is the concept here? See, the countries which are unable to go for meet the target, that is unable to meet the carbon dioxide reduction target, what they should do? They should buy carbon dioxide, that is CER certificate, from countries which are having surplus reduction. For example, India has surplusly reduced the carbon dioxide reduction. USA has not reduced the targeted limit. Now what it can do? It can buy the CER certificate from India. Is it clear? So that is referred as carbon credit or carbon market. Next one. Greenhouse gas, you know. Yes. What are some of the greenhouse gases? Carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, water vapor, ozone. Yes. And then you have various halogens and chlorine components. Carbon hexafluoride. Yes. Even sulfates. Many other components are there. You will study in environment, but try to understand this. You know how this greenhouse gas works. Is it or not? So what is the basic principle in greenhouse gas? Let's take this as atmosphere. Now greenhouse gas are there. Now what it will do? They will be transparent for incoming radiation, but outgoing radiation, what is the meaning of transparency? 100% radiation which is coming from sun, it will reach the earth's surface. Greenhouse gas will not block any incoming solar radiation, but whatever which is getting reflected from earth's surface, that will get reflected back. So because of that, the heat or temperature of the earth's surface will increase. So that is referred as global warming. Is it or not? Yes. So you know this. Next concept. Net zero. Net zero. Again, very important concept. Net zero. The other meaning of this word is carbon neutrality. Carbon neutrality. Net zero or carbon neutrality. What is the meaning of this? I have already taken this concept in current affairs class. Huh? Net zero means what? Carbon dioxide emission is zero, wa? It is not like that. What is the meaning of net zero means? See, for example, today, let's take, we are actually, see, how much we are actually emitting carbon dioxide from Earth's surface. Is it clear? Especially, let's take from India. From India, we are actually emitting how much carbon dioxide today. That carbon dioxide should be, we should try to absorb it. So how much we are releasing carbon dioxide, how much we are releasing, that should be absorbed. So that how much is the net emission now? Net emission will be zero. Are you getting it? See, whatever is already polluted, carbon dioxide will be there in atmosphere only. Let's leave that. But in carbon neutrality, what we are trying to do is, how much we are, now India is emitting carbon dioxide, that should be absorbed. Are you getting it? We are not bothered about historical emissions. We are only bothered about today. So how much, for example, India is emitting, let's take some 1000 tons of carbon dioxide. Now that 1000 tons, if it is able to absorb means, then the total carbon dioxide emission will be zero. Are you getting it? That is referred as carbon neutrality. How do you do this? With the help of various carbon sequestration technology. Carbon sequestration technologies. Can you tell me some of the carbon sequestration technologies? Carbon sequestration means what? Observing the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Is it or not? Yes. So already I said this carbon sequestration can be done in through ways. One is through natural way, is afforestation. Another is through technology. Yes. So afforestation will try to absorb the trees will absorb the carbon dioxide, and then oceans, they will also try to absorb the which one? carbon dioxide in atmosphere by acting as natural carbon sink. Natural carbon sink. What are the technologies we have? Carbon dioxide absorption technology is, see, what we try to do is, we'll absorb the carbon dioxide from atmosphere through carbon sequestration technology. Now, that gas which we have absorbed, what we will do? That is what is going to be important in this technology. See, what we will do is, let's take the example of volcanic mountain. You have volcano, on the top of the volcano you have crater, is there? What do you mean by crater? Big opening in the top of the volcano. Yes, that is crater. The still bigger is caldera. Crater and caldera. Yes, now what we can do is, any carbon dioxide which is absorbed from atmosphere, we can take that gas and we can keep them in which one? In volcanoes. In volcanoes craters, especially not active volcano. You have to keep it in dormant or extinct volcano. Is it clear? And or else what we can do is, you can take that and you can keep it under the deep oceans. Deep oceans you can release that carbon dioxide. So that carbon dioxide will mix with water to form carbonic acid. Or else what we can do is, we can take up some rocks. What kind of rocks means? Limestone based or carbonate rocks. Limestone or carbonate rocks. Now what we can do is, we can try to inject that carbon dioxide into that rock. Are you getting it? And what you can do, and take that rock and keep it deep under the soil. Bury them under the soil. Are you getting it what I am saying? So you are trying to you are trying to absorb from atmosphere and you are storing it somewhere. So that it is not going to be the same carbon dioxide. Rather it will be either, in case of ocean it will be carbonic acid, and even here it will mix up with other gases, and here if you observe, it will mix with limestone rocks. So the carbon dioxide will mix with limestone or carbonate rocks and it will form a new mineral. Is it clear? Yes. So through these ways we can also, we can absorb the excess carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Next one. Same. Carbon capture and storage means where you store it. You can store it in ocean, you can store it in volcanoes, craters, or you can store it in rocks. Geoengineering. Again, it is an extension of this concept, geoengineering. Geoengineering means the methods, it is an intervention we do in Earth's atmosphere to tackle climatic change. That's the definition. What intervention? So geoengineering is something we do to tackle climatic change. First, kindly understand that. So let's, for example, let's try to understand this. Geoengineering. Now what we will do is, with the help of flight, aeroplane, we will release gas that is called sulfate particles. We will release sulfate particles in the atmosphere. In the upper atmosphere. Now what will happen is, what about incoming radiation? The incoming radiation, it will get reflected and scattered because of this sulfate particle. Then what will happen to the Earth's temperature? Earth's temperature will come down, is it or not? Why it comes down? Because incoming solar radiation, only some of them gets reflected without reaching Earth's surface. If the sun's rays is coming, then only those sun's rays only will heat up the Earth's surface. Is it or not? So we will use the sulfate particles to reflect the, which one? Sun's rays, so that the temperature of the Earth's surface does not increase. This technique is referred as geoengineering technique. This is mainly done to tackle climatic change. Because of more greenhouse gas, temperature of the Earth is increasing. So we should look for techniques which will keep our Earth's surface bit cold. Somewhat cold, not too much cold. Yes. Next one, IPCC. IPCC, that is Intergovernmental Panel on Climatic Change. This is a body which was set up in 1988 by two bodies. One is called World Meteorological Organization and another one UNEP. UNEP. That is WMO is World Meteorological Organization. UNEP means United Nations Environmental Program. Where is it headquartered? Anybody? Geography class I told. Huh? Very good. Kenya where? Nairobi. In Kenya, Nairobi. UNEP is headquarters. WMO, last class I have talked about WMO. Where it is headquarters? You have to revise. If you come, just search it in internet. Last class I have taken. Geneva. Okay. So WMO is headquartered in Geneva. Write it. UNEP is headquartered in Nairobi. We'll talk about this International Environmental Organization separate class. Even in your environmental mains class, you will be covering all these basics. Yes, IPCC means Intergovernmental Panel on Climatic Change. It's a UN body. It's a UN body. What it is doing? See, this particular body will do research. It will do scientific research on climatic change, and it will publish some research paper. If today this much carbon dioxide we are emitting means, are we on track to limit the 1.5 degree temperature rise? Whether we are able to reduce it or will we cross the 1.5 degree Celsius limit. Like this research will be done by this particular body only. It usually come out with ARC reports. That is some assessment reports, periodical reports, scientific journals it will publish, research papers it will publish. Yes. Next one. National intent determined contributions. Intended determined contributions. Yes. INDC. In short we say this as INDC. NDC. Yeah. Nationally determined contributions are intended nationally determined contributions. However you say. So what is this concept? It is the voluntary commitment which many countries members of UN have committed at Paris Agreement. That is so India has committed how much? 45% of carbon dioxide reduction by 2030 from 2005 levels. So that is the INDC of India. Like that every country has committed. Next one. National Adaptation Plan. That is to follow this, what is the action plan which is carried out by a country? That is referred as National Adaptive Plan. See what kind of mechanism really we are going to do. Are you getting it what I am telling? See, to reduce carbon dioxide by 45%, what is the technology India is going to adapt? Are we going for more solar energy, renewable energy production? Then those things will come under our National Adaptive Plan. How you adapt your your goals to achieve the INDC. That is referred as adaptive plan. Next one. Carbon stock take or global carbon stock take. It is also referred as carbon stock take or global stock. Spell that global stock take. Stock take. See, this concept is very important for coming year prelims. I am expecting one question on prelims from this topic. That is global stock take. Because this was implemented for the first time this year only. COP28 at Dubai only. They have implemented this global stock take. What is this? It is nothing but a 5-year review. It is the 5-year review of which one? Of the commitments which are given by countries. For example, India has committed 45% we will reduce. Now 2020, now 3 years. So what we will see is every 5 years down the line, we will check the country whether they are on track to reduce it or not. If they are not on track, then they will say through this report, this country will not achieve. Are you getting it? This is actually given in global stock take. So this is this year we are having the 5-year review. 5-year review. So this is happening in this COP28 summit, which is going on in case of Dubai. There they will discuss this, how countries have progressed with the coming up of Paris Agreement, how much reduction has happened. Are we really on track to reduce to limit the global temperature of how much? How much we should limit? Maximum is 2, but actually we are targeting it to 1.5 degrees Celsius only. Next one. Huh? Triple renewable energy. Triple renewable energy. Yes. So this is a target which has been actually, this concept has been discussed in International Energy Agency. Energy Agency. In 2021, it came out with a report where what it has said is, this International Energy Agency, see, countries, if many countries, they are actually planning to go for carbon neutrality. Yes, what is carbon neutrality? Other word I am not asking. What is the meaning of carbon neutrality? How much carbon dioxide we are emitting in the atmosphere at a point of time, the same amount should be observed. Then it is referred as net zero or carbon neutrality. So this we wanted the world countries to achieve by 2050. Is it clear? To get this carbon neutrality across the world, to get this target by 2050, International Energy Agency said that what is primarily required is, we need to, that is triple. How much it is? Triple means it should be 30%. 30% by 2030. That is, which one? Renewable energy production should be increased by 30% by 2030. Correct? Correct or not? Tripling, not 30%. Oh, tripling, not 30. That is 3x. You are tripling the renewable energy by 2030. How much we have produced renewable energy now? That should be tripled. If you triple that only, then only you can think about achieving carbon neutrality by 2050. Next one. Just transition. Just transition. See, this is a simple concept. Just transition means now many countries they are talking about reducing carbon dioxide emissions or reducing the negative effects of climatic change. Now, to do that, how you are making your communities and various tribal peoples in your area to transit smoothly. For example, in countries such as India, many people are living in poverty. Yes, and many people are still engaged in agricultural activity. Almost 50% of India's population is still today dependent on agriculture. Now, paddy cultivation is one of the leading contribution of which one? Methane emissions. You know that, right? Last class also I have discussed. Now, many countries are forcing India to go for alternative rice cultivation, because rice field is one of the areas where methane is emitted more. Methane is one of the greenhouse gas. So to do that, how we are finding a solution to tackle climatic change or to reduce carbon dioxide emission without affecting the communities, marginalized sections of the world, people who are living in the world. If you could do it in a smooth manner, then it is called as just transition. Transition means changeover. How you are going to change from high carbon dioxide emission to low carbon dioxide emission. In this, what will happen to the people? Will they get affected or not? If you could do without affecting them, then it is called as just transition. Next one. CBDR, you know. Yes, common but differentiated responsibilities. This was also adopted in the Kyoto Protocol is one. Example I have already given. Second one you can take is Montreal Protocol. Where is Montreal city located? Anybody? Yes, Canada. Go to the map of North America, Great Lakes region. You will find cities like Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, Quebec, Tomk. First. There are Great Lakes, Superman helps everyone. Superior, Michigan, Huron, Erie, Ontario. That's a code word. Superman helps everyone. The 5 lakes, Great Lakes of USA. Superior, Michigan, Huron, Erie, Ontario. Just look at the Canada, that side, Great Lakes northern side. You have cities called Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, Quebec. Can you see? All in same order only. Remember the code TOMQ. TOMQ. Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, Quebec. These are the cities. So this Montreal Protocol, it happened. This was actually signed in the year 1987 or 89. See, 89, 1989. So it was signed in Canada. This Montreal Protocol. What it is about is, it is about protecting the ozone layer. So it deals with the protection of ozone layer. Even this is an example for CBDR. So we have treated the developed countries differently and developing countries differently. In what manner means, developing countries were given additional timeline. That is how much time means, developing countries were given 10 years extra grace year. 10-year grace time, which is going to be extra for developing countries. Developed countries, they don't have that grace time. So it is referred as common but differentiated responsibility under Montreal Protocol. So it deals with ozone depleting substance. Can you tell me some ozone depleting substance? CFC, chlorofluorocarbon, mainly where we use. There is also one refrigerant which is used in fridges, Freon. It is all halogens, chlorine, bromine compounds, and then this CHC, carbon hexafluoride, Freon, which is used in ACs and refrigerators. They will go and pollute the ozone. Means pollute means what? It will not actually pollute. It will actually lead to breaking of ozone into again O2 plus O. So that is referred as depletion. All these are ozone depleting substances which should be limited. Are you understanding? Ozone depleting substance. Ozone is O3. So that O3 will be broken into O2 and O by these various ozone depleting substances such as Freon, CHC. CHC means carbon hexachloride. Yes. HFC. That is, what is this HFC? Hydrofluorocarbon. Hydrofluorocarbon. That is the name for Freon. Hydrofluorocarbon only, Freon. Yes. So all these bromine and halogen components, all these will lead to depletion of ozone layer. Yes, next one. Loss and damage, we have covered it. Then next topic. Yes, everybody is clear with all these environmental topics, terminologies. Very, 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 very important. No need to say again and again. Again, you will be studying in environmental class, the little bit in depth, that's all. We have almost comprehensively covered the most important key terminologies for your coming year prelims exam in environment. Go home today and try to revise this, understand the concept. Don't try to memorize. Are you getting it what I am telling? Yes, Paris Agreement means 1.5, 2 degrees Celsius. Don't try to remember like this and all. Try to logically think. Is it clear? Try to conceptually, if you could attach it and remember, then it is good for you. Next one, fifth topic. Post office, that is the post office reason bill. Post office bill 2023. See, what is the thing is, in post office we have two bills only. In the Indian history only, if you take, till now post office, we have been, it has been based on which bill? 1898 bill. 1898. And the recent one which has been brought is post office bill 2023. Yes. So, only 5 points you need to remember. The difference between these two bills, you can understand the basic provisions of this bill also with the help of that. Yes, and they have tried to amend this bill in 1986 once. They have tried, but it was failed. We are unable to pass in both the houses of parliament. So only one attempt before India has tried. So what is this bill about? See, this bill is about how the post office, Department of Post, when it comes to delivering the services, how it has to be regulated. So what is the first point? First point, what is the heading? So what it is talking about? Give me the heading, side heading. Exclusive privileges of central government. So what is the exclusive privileges of central government means? Till now only the central government under Department of Post, they were only handling which one? Delivering the post. But now in the new bill which has been created, see, when it comes to delivering post office, when we talk about it, we need to talk about, first is somebody has to go and collect the postal letter, then somebody will receive it, then somebody will go and deliver it. So all these mechanisms we are talking about. And it also we are also talking about the transportation of post from one area to another area, either it can be within a state or outside the state. All this has been, till now it has been under the control of Department of Post under central government. Now in the new bill we have not told anything about it. So who will have this privilege? Maybe the government is silent on this. So the government will decide. For example, if we want to give it to private sector or any other outsourcing person, we can do that. Is it clear? So in the new bill, it is not the exclusive privilege. The bill is giving the power to central government to come out with more provisions. Next one. Services. So what are the services they will do? Delivery of post letters, and another one is main important service is money order. Only these two services. Again, this will be regulated by, this has also not been discussed, new bill in 2023. Central government. So central government in future, it will come out with talking about it. Who will deliver the post letter, who will deliver the money order, whether we will be giving it to any courier service also, so that the cost efficiency can be saved. So we need to think about it. That's why the under the new bill, we have given all these powers to central government to decide. Then, third point, Director General. See, usually the postal department will be headed by a Director General, who will be from mostly in UPSC exam only you would have cleared. What is that post? Indian Postal Service is there. Do you know? There is one service, Indian Postal Service is there. Nobody is aware. See, those who get bit bottom of the rank, they will be allotted Indian Information Service, Postal Service, DANIPS, Andaman, and then one more interesting service is this one, Andaman Nicobar service related to that. And some Union Territory and Delhi will be recruited as Group B. Mostly it is like how if you clear your KS examination, you will go to what level is that same level, but bit higher in seniority you will get in which one? In UPSC exam. Those are Group B post. Yes, but Postal Service, Indian Information Service and all Group A only. Yes, but when somebody is getting in, that is Pondicherry, Delhi, those services, DANIP service they will say. Delhi, Andaman Nicobar, Pondicherry, those are those areas who is getting a cadre. When they clear, they will be getting Group B service. That is IAS means you will not get IAS, you will be getting which one? A rank below that. So it will take some 5 to 7 years for you to get promotion to IAS. So only you will be in Group B service. Now, so Director General, who is the head of this organization, he will describe, what are the things he will describe? He will regulate. And one most, see, what is the important thing about this bill is, the central government will now interfere in the delivery of postal services. For example, the government is considering some sensitive information, some security of the some kind of places it want to intercept in the letter some other material is getting transferred from one place to another place. If the government is having doubt, now they will interfere in case of post office, that is post office bill, they will interfere. So interfere in the name of public emergency, public emergency or safety till now. But under the new bill, they have added other things also. What are they? Tell me. Based on state security, then public order, emergency, and others. So others means any other extra provision also it can tell. Now government of India especially what they can do, Department of Post can, if you send a letter by post, they can open it and they can read it also. That is a problem with the new bill. That's why many experts are criticizing this new post office amendment bill. Because before we were using it only in rare situations, in any huge emergency or safety. Like suppose a big accident has happened, yes, only you don't know the exact, you don't know the address has been erased. In emergency situations, we used to open the letter and try to communicate to the people for whom it is sent. But now the postal department, if they suspect something which is against the security of India or public order or emergency, see all these are very, very general term. What do you mean by public order? They will feel like somebody has written which is leading to violence. If they think like that, they will open it and read your letter. So it is a violation of your privacy under Article 21 of Constitution. Is it or not? Yes. So many experts are criticizing this particular aspect. Final one. Exemption from liability. That is liability component. See, till now, if you send a material anything by post and if it is missing means you cannot go and file case against a Department of Post that your material or any object which you have sent it by postal courier is missing means it's missing only. That liability, responsibility is not there with till now Department of Post. But under the new bill, they have maintained the same. They don't want to take the burden. But in additionally, what they have said is, for example, you have sent what to say a postal registered post to someone, and while sending it, what you have done is you have not paid the bill. Let's take example. You are actually expecting the other person who is getting the letter, let him pay the bill. Now, in case if he fails to pay the bill, now what the government will do means they will collect that money, that what is the postal charge money, that will be collected as part of land revenue. So it will be included as a component under land revenue of the concerned person. So under that it will be collected. Are you getting it? See, what is the most important provision under the post office bill is violation of privacy. That is very important. So it can be asked mostly in mains examination. You have to debate on that. You have to collect more points how it will lead to violation of privacy. Because compared to 1898 bill where government will intercept your postal letters only in emergency situation or public safety. But today saying public order or any others means what? That is for up to the government to decide other extra reasons. If it finds it wants to open, it will open. So that is a big danger factor in this new amendment bill. Fine. But what is appreciated, what should be appreciated? The government is now open enough that to allow, to make use of, what is that? It is not that always the government has to deliver, which one? The exclusive privileges of postal letter or money order. Till now all these are delivered by whom? Completely by central government only. Central government employees under Department of Post. Now some of these privileges can be given to any other couriers also, private couriers also. For example, in villages, remote areas, you wanted to hilly areas, you want to deliver a post. Suppose courier service is much more active in that area. In that region, you can outsource that activity to a particular courier, Blue Dot courier or DTDC courier. You can give it to them. So it's up to the government to decide, but government has taken that provision that exclusive privileges is not now going to be lying only with central government. It can be given to others. Is it clear? Yes, that's why they have given a open statement that will be decided by central government based upon the conditions. Next one, sixth topic. Global Methane Pledge. Global Methane Pledge. Yes. See, Global Methane Pledge is adopted by European Union, under which it is planning to reduce 30% of methane emissions by 2030. Correct? Check it. Global Methane Pledge. There, finally they would have given in the solution. Means way forward. Yes, correct? Yes, so this is the target, and what you should remember is India is not a member of Global Methane Pledge. Kindly remember, India is one of the largest emitter of methane. But India is not only India, Russia is also not a member, China also is not a member. See that? India, China, Russia, they are not a member. That's what you need to remember. Yes, and when it comes to methane, methane is more dangerous gas compared to carbon dioxide. Why more dangerous gas means? Methane is comparatively 28 times more stronger than carbon dioxide in raising the temperature. In raising the temperature of the earth compared to carbon dioxide, still more dangerous gases. Which one? Methane. So last class I have talked about the sources of methane. So the methane sources, if you observe, first one from livestock, second from rice field, then third from that municipal waste, that is waste management, municipal, yes, municipal waste, then that is open waste which you are dumping. In anaerobic condition it will lead to methane. Then what are the other ways? And methane is also released from oil and gas infrastructure leaks in case of oil and gas companies. In that also, while producing or transporting the gas, methane will be released. Natural gas contains methane, yes, so it will be released from that. Then any other source? Energy sector we have covered it. Any other methane emitting source? Wetlands. Very good. Wetlands. How methane is released in wetlands? What is wetland? I have already told this in class. Water table is either near to the ground level or that is above the ground level. So water table is either near or bit above. There will be always, like, if you go to a wetland, you will be always finding water which is stagnating. That is why many birds will be always be coming. Yes, so wetlands are considered to be most productive regions for many living organisms. So in these wetlands, always water will be stagnating, no? So here, if you talk about this particular area, it will be always in anaerobic condition. So under anaerobic condition, they will be releasing which one? Methane. Yes. So we are actually planning to control these methane emissions. But if you look at these methane emissions, India is having large amount of livestock, is it or not? And we are also cultivating more rice. So because of these two reasons, developed countries are blaming India that you are emitting more greenhouse gas. Yes. So they are asking us to go for change in rice cultivation. India is saying it will affect our food security. We will not do. Yes. Livestock, when it comes to livestock, they are telling that they have found out one way, that is cattle. From cattle actually this methane is emitted. Now what they are telling is, if you feed the cow a different composition, that is some thing they are saying, nutrient composition, if you give to the cow in a different manner, then that methane emission will come down. So India is considering that at least, but not the first. That is not about the rice field. Rice field we cannot actually go for changing the rice into wheat or other mode of cultivation, because rice is the stable food of India. Is it or not? Yes. So anyways, India is not a member of this. Which one? Global Methane Pledge. So we don't need to bother about it immediately. If we are a member country, then we should be concerned about reducing the methane emissions. Yes, India is intelligent. Why? If we go means we have to reduce, means it is a huge task. So we have not participated here. Rather, we have participated in Paris Agreement. Again, that is going to be not compulsory, voluntary. Yes. Next one. Green Credit Scheme. Green Credit Scheme. See, this scheme is launched very recently, just 2 months back. So UPSC they can ask you. But one thing what you should understand is there is not much difference between carbon credit and green credit. Only thing is, in case of carbon credit, what we have talked about? We talked about reducing the carbon dioxide emissions from atmosphere. That is the prime target. But in case of green credit scheme, we are actually not just concerned about reducing carbon dioxide emission. We are also concerned about which one? Many other activities. Not just about, here it is not just about carbon dioxide emission. Not just carbon dioxide emission reduction. We are also bothered about other areas. That is, what are the other areas? What we are doing is, we are actually mainly talking about a concept called as plantation on degraded lands. Degraded lands. What do you mean by degraded lands? Which are unfit for cultivation. There what we can do, see, obviously you cannot do agriculture. Only thing is, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, when he was President of India in 2002-2005, during that time period, he asked the people of India who are having this degraded land. What he has said is, there is anybody from agricultural background here? BSc Agri? No, na? You have studied, there is a tree called Jatropha curcus. Yes, it is a biodiesel, I think. Biodiesel, yes, he has proposed that because that plant can survive in that degraded land. So he gave that idea. But now what is the proposal is, under the green credit scheme, we are actually not just talking about carbon dioxide reduction. We are talking about much broader measures, how to protect the environment, that we do by plantation. And then we are also talking about waste management. We are also talking about then water management. We are also talking about sustainable agricultural practices. Yes. Then what are the other things they have mentioned? Afforestation. That is afforestation, you can, or tree plantation. Then what are the other things? Mangrove conservation. Try to remember this. They may ask you which of the following components will come under green credit scheme, and they will list you all 5 to 7 components. One of them will be carbon dioxide emission. But carbon dioxide emission also we are planning, but that is not the prime target. Prime target is we are looking beyond that. So mangrove conservation. So this is a recent scheme of Government of India, just 2 months old scheme. So prelims examination, the chances of UPSC asking is very high in the coming year. Yes, understood? Yes, try to know the difference between carbon credit versus green credit. They may confuse you in that segment only. Carbon credit means talks just about only carbon dioxide emission, nothing other than that. But green credit is a much broader concept, where we talk about through afforestation, through trees you can absorb the carbon dioxide. Yes, and through waste management you can try to reduce the methane. Yes, and try to improve the agricultural practice, sustainable agriculture, buildings, buildings also. Yes, so it talks about agriculture or buildings, sustainable, constructing sustainable buildings, that is using less cement, because cement is emitting more heat. So because of that also the temperature is increasing. Yes, next one, El Nino. Yes, yeah, eco mark means that they are made purely from ecological products. That product will not affect the consumption, will not affect the environment. So you can promote those products which are eco mark. Or you also have studied about agro mark. What is that? In agriculture also they will give one mark. No, what is that? Agro mark. Agro mark. Yes, same way eco mark means environmental friendly products. Yes. Second, next is El Nino. Actually, El Nino, I have given the topic as El Nino. Okay. Actually, they are talking about a concept called as warm winter. Warm winter. What is the meaning of this is, generally winter means it has to be cold. Is it or not? But nowadays winter across the world, if you observe, in winter month, the winter month temperature has started increasing. In winter month, people are facing heat waves. They are facing more increase in temperature. So why it is happening? So that is what they are discussing. An article came. So they have from that, what are the main reasons they are discussing? Why the winter month is now terming? It is actually becoming more warmer in the world is. The primary reasons are, first one is El Nino. El Nino. Second one, what they are saying is, that is the occurrence of western disturbances. Western disturbances. And then the third thing what they are saying is El Nino, western disturbance. And another one is, that is, what is the third one they have given? For warm winter, that is cyclones. Cyclones, the occurrence of cyclones. Cyclones. So these three are the prime reason for warm winter. So this can be asked in your GS paper 1 segment in geography, world geography or geography. What is the reasons for warm winter? Occurrence of warm winter in the world means, first you should write the definition of warm winter. It is the increase in temperature which we are facing in the winter months. Yes, and the primary reasons are these three. Now you know what is the meaning of El Nino, western disturbance and cyclones. You know what, Nata? How many of you know? El Nino, how many of you know? Only two. Another 50-50 there. No one, don't know what? Tell me. Huh? Others don't know what? Yes? Okay. Briefly we will say. Let's not go too deeply. It will deviate from your actual current affairs class. Yes? Yes, so this is Pacific Ocean. Yes. Now, El Nino is a phenomenon which happens in which region? In this, which region? East Pacifica, West Pacifica? East Pacific Ocean. All near to the where? South American coast. If you have the atlas, go to the South America map. It actually happens near Chile and Peruvian coast. Chile and Peruvian coast. Yes. Chile and Peruvian coast. In Peru, there is a cold current called Humboldt current. See that? In geography class, we have made students to write. The cold current name is Humboldt current. Yes. Now, see, let's try to understand this El Nino phenomenon. First, what happens in normal time? What happens is, normal time, if you go to the Central Pacific Ocean, Central Pacific Ocean. Kindly concentrate for 2 minutes, you will understand it easily. The Central Pacific Ocean, usually the water will be very warm. Yes, so this is a normal thing. Why it is warm means, because it will be located almost near to, which one? Near to equator. So almost near to equator. What is the main thing in equator? Sun will be straight overhead at the equator for most part of the times. That is why equator will receive the chances of high temperature and high rainfall is more in equatorial region. So because of high temperature, the Pacific Ocean water will be mostly in which condition? Central Pacific Ocean will be in warm condition. Warm condition. Now you have also the presence of northeastern trade winds. Is it or not? Yes, northeastern trade winds will flow. Now those trade winds will move this water. Which water? Hot water or cold water? Hot water. Yes, warm water. That warm water will reach the coast of which one? Almost near to Australian coast and to the east coast of China, Japan. Now, in this situation, what will be the ocean temperature? That is at this level, what will be the temperature? Will it be hot or cold? I'm asking this hot water which is now transferred here. Now because of that the surrounding water, will it increase in temperature or decrease in temperature? Will be experiencing increase obviously because hot water has came because of the flow of northeast trade winds. Now the temperature will be hot. What about pressure? Low pressure. So you will be having high temperature, low pressure. Where? At the Pacific Ocean coast here at the ground level. What about the atmosphere? I am talking about now upper atmosphere. I will draw this separately. Same diagram. So hot water. Yes. So let's take this is the ground surface. So ground surface of the ocean water is now hot. So it is experiencing low pressure and temperature is high temperature. So when it is high temperature, low pressure, what about the density? Density. Will it be higher, lower? Low density. Are you able to understand? Yes. Now what will happen? This wind will rise up in the atmosphere. Yes. Now bottom water is hot water. Hot water, the important characteristics, what it will do? It will absorb the surrounding moisture very easily. Cold air particles will not absorb. Cold water will be dry. Is it or not? Hot air particles will try to absorb the surrounding water particles. So since this water is hot, now it will absorb, the water will be more humid. When it start rising, it will rise up in the atmosphere and then it will form cloud and it will give maximum rain in this area. Is it clear? Are you understanding up to this? Yes. So upper atmosphere will have high pressure. Is it or not? Once it goes up in the atmosphere, temperature will decrease at a rate of 6.5 degrees Celsius. Yes. So here it will be high pressure. Now let's come to which coast? This South American coast. Now, so here it will be low pressure. Now, so this low pressure, now what will happen? It will, so here it will be high pressure. So it will try to settle and here it will be the water air particles movement will be like this. So this is the circulation. This circulation is referred as Walker circulation. Kindly draw it in your notes. In geography again you will be studying most important concept. This is called Walker circulation. You know now always wind will move from high pressure region to low pressure region. That's why here it's high pressure, low pressure it is moving and it is subsiding, it is high pressure and from high pressure it is moving towards low pressure. This complete circulation is referred as Walker circulation. First. Walker circulation time, the temperature, which area will receive high rainfall? Australian coast and then full east China, east of Asia, China, Japan, all will be receiving high rainfall during normal time, during the time period of Walker circulation. Done? Done? Yes? Now we'll try to understand. This is normal condition. During normal condition, this is how the Pacific Ocean coast will be. But in some circumstances, what will happen is this northeastern trade wind which is flowing, no, it will not be continuous. It's our ocean, no. Sometimes it will be irregular. Because of that irregularity, this hot water will not be moved towards the which coast? Australian coast. So now what will happen is, now the hot water will remain in this region, and then this is the Eastern Pacific region, and another region is this is the South American coast region. Now this hot water will move this side because the northeastern trade wind which used to push the hot water towards the which coast? Australian coast, now it has become weakened. Sometimes it will be weak and irregular. That times this hot water will move to the neighboring which area? South American coast, especially the coast of which region? Chile region, Chile and Peru region. Now what will happen is, till now the South American coast is having cold current. Which is that cold current? Humboldt current. Now what will happen is, the hot water once it comes, so it will increase the temperature. So this region will become low pressure. You agree? Yes, because it will have high temperature and it will have density which is low. So now what will happen is, now I will draw this diagram. Just imagine. So this is the South American coast. So South American coast. So now what will happen? It will start rising. It will start rising and it will form cloud and it will give heavy rainfall to which region? To the South American coast region. Are you understanding? Yes, because of hot water now here, that will increase the temperature and it will absorb moisture. Humidity content will be more. Once it is heated, it will start up in the atmosphere, start rising, and it will form cloud and give rainfall. Understanding? You are understanding? Understanding or not? No. How many of you did not understand? I can see the face only and I couldn't get it. You two did not understand. Others? Others, because you attended geography classes, you are able to follow. Yes? It's actually a complex concept. I should not have taken this much deep. But anyways, I will come to you. For your understanding, I will explain this again. But others just follow this. Now what will happen? So the upper atmosphere will have what pressure? High pressure. So it will move to this side and this will be the low pressure region. Yes. And here it will be the high pressure. That is the region, coast along which region? That is Australian region or China, Japan and Australia. Now what will happen to Australia? You have high pressure here. High pressure means what about the temperature? Low temperature. Cold water is there near Australia. Now how will be the weather condition in Australia? Australia will experience drought during this time period, during the El Nino. During the time period of El Nino, Australian coast will receive which one? Drought. Not only Australia, the total east coast of Asia. Rather, which region will receive rainfall? South American coast. Are you getting it? This condition is referred as El Nino. The previous condition, Walker circulation, I said no. That is an example for La Nina. La Nina va? La Nina. La Nina, that is the condition, normal condition. El Nino is this condition. Walker circulation condition is La Nina. And what will happen to India? India will receive rainfall when there is occurrence of La Nina. Whenever there is an occurrence of El Nino, India will receive poor monsoon rainfall. Poor monsoon rainfall. This year, yes, El Nino. Yes, understood? Yes. Now coming to you, just you two of you focus. 2-3 minutes only I can allot some time because it will affect the continuity of class. Just some basic, just what will happen is, see, whenever from Earth's surface, from sun's rays, whenever insulation is coming and reaching the earth's surface, first what it will do, it will heat the earth's surface. Agree? It will heat, temperature will increase. Which temperature will increase? The air particles which are there in the earth's surface, nearby earth's atmosphere, in troposphere, they all will get heated up. So the heated air particles, if you observe, first initially it will try to expand. So the heated air particles will expand. But what is the problem is, this heated air particle will have high temperature. Agree? Temperature is high. If temperature is high, what happens to density? Hot water will have more density, cold water will have more density. Ice will have more density, water will have more density. As simple as that. Cold, agree? So hot body will have low density. Understand that? So it will have low density. And what about pressure? Hot bodies will have low pressure. Ice will have high pressure. That's why its weight is more. Clear? So this will have low pressure. Now what will happen is, this heated air particle will, now since it is light in weight, it will try to expand and it will start rising, start moving in upper atmosphere. Once it moves in upper atmosphere, what will happen is, actually you will be experiencing something called as lapse rate. Lapse rate means, as we go in the upper atmosphere, from ground surface if you go to upper atmosphere, there will be a temperature decrease of 6.5 degrees Celsius for every 1 kilometer. If you go, for example, now the ground level at the earth's surface, let's take temperature is 30 degrees Celsius at the ground surface. Now if you go 1 kilometer height, here what will be the temperature means, it will be 30 minus 6.5. How much will it come? 23.5. That will be the temperature. If you go still 1 kilometer, another 6.5 if you detect, how much it will be? 17 degrees Celsius. Are you getting it? So as we go high in the upper atmosphere, temperature will decrease. Understand that? That temperature decrease will be at this rate. Now coming here, this air particles which are rising now in the upper atmosphere, their temperature is decreasing. Temperature is decreasing means, then particle size, what it will happen is, it will start decreasing. Are you getting it? If it is temperature is increasing means, particle will expand. If temperature is cool means, it will contract. Understand? So it will start becoming smaller in size, and it will absorb the water particles from surrounding atmosphere, from the air everywhere surrounding atmosphere, it will absorb the water. So it will try to become saturated. So what will happen? Saturated means what? Water level will be 100%. For example, you have one tumbler. That tumbler full, if you have water, then you call that as saturated tumbler. But if you have almost half water only in the tumbler means, then it is unsaturated body. Is it clear? So this air particle will rise till it is reaching that saturated position. Are you getting it? How it achieves saturation? Because of decrease in size and absorption of water from atmosphere. So all the saturated air particles, they all will condense together to form cloud, and they will bring rain. Yes, and some of them will bring snowfall and hailstones also. This is the principle. So this only we have used it to explain this El Nino and La Nina. For example, if you look at this, here I am talking about, for example, this is a South American coast. During El Nino time, here the temperature is hot. Why hot? Why hot? Because that wind, which wind? This northeastern trade wind which used to come, it is irregular for some time. That time this water body will, this hot water will move towards this region. So because of that, this South American coast will be hot. Are you getting it? So it will have high temperature and pressure will be low, density will be low. So now follow the same principle. It will get heated up, rise. So once it rise, it will give rainfall. But at that time, how is the pressure? As we go high, the temperature is less. So the body will be colder body. So it will have high pressure. High pressure. So from high pressure, always the wind will move to low pressure. Now coming here, if you see, this body will, this air particle will, whichever is subsiding down, it will create high pressure. So here from high pressure to low pressure. Like this one circulation, it will complete. It is called Walker circulation. Understanding? Partly. In geography class, when they take, still more clarity will come. As of now, this is enough. Yes, so the primary reason for warm winters are, one is occurrence of this El Nino. Why? What happens? El Nino, does it increases the temperature? Does it increase the temperature or reduce the temperature? Increase the temperature. Normal time in South American coast you have something called as Humboldt current. Go to ocean current. You have this Humboldt current. This is a cold current. In normal time this cold current will be active. During El Nino year that will not be there. It will get reduced. Ocean current map is there. Can you find an ocean current called Humboldt current near Chile and Peru? That is South American coast. There. Yes? Market. Market. So, the reasons for warm winter is, one is El Nino. Why El Nino? What it will do? It will bring up hot water near the South American coast. Because of that, what will happen? The winters will be warmer. Are you getting it? Winter time, if El Nino happens, what will happen? Temperature will rise. That is what is referred as warm winter. Another one reason is cyclone. And third reason is western disturbance. What is western disturbance? Anybody? NCERT class geography or no? Huh? Or no? Western disturbance they have not that. How many of you know western disturbance concept? Huh? Nobody. Partly? Very good. From Mediterranean Sea, what will happen? See, in the Mediterranean Sea region, this is a Mediterranean Sea. Mediterranean Sea region, what will happen? Tell me. During, see, winter time, what will happen to the land and ocean? Pressure. High pressure will be in ocean, land, winter time. Low pressure in ocean. Yes, tell me, Mediterranean Sea, what will happen? Start moving. See, what will happen is this Mediterranean Sea region will experience heating. That is difference in heating. Land will generally, it will get, land will become heat fast and cold very fast. It will absorb the heat very fast. It will lose the heat also very fast. But water will take some more time actually compared to land. For example, in summer month, in case of India, June month, the land, we are experiencing high temperature in land in which month? June month. During June, July or March, April, May, June. Is it or not? But what about oceans? Means it will take another 5-6 months for oceans to turn hot. Is it clear? So there will be a differential heating between land and sea. Because of that only this western disturbance also arises. Now what will happen is this Mediterranean Sea during winter time, what it will happen? It will be comparatively hotter. Yes, now tell me what will happen? See, what will happen is Mediterranean Sea will become, now this will be hot, and India it will be experiencing winter. So Indian land mass will be having how? High pressure or low pressure? Low pressure. Yes. But compared to Mediterranean Sea regions, India will be having comparatively low pressure. Because now what will happen is from the Mediterranean Sea in winter month the winds will start moving towards the Indian Ocean. That is not Indian Ocean, towards the India, and it will get obstructed because of the Himalayan mountains. Yes, So this will this what it will do is, while this winds which is blowing over Caspian Sea and Black Sea, they will absorb water from the Caspian Sea and Black Sea, and they will give rainfall to western parts of India. What are they? Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan region. This is referred as western disturbance. Even this western disturbance also will create which one? It will create warm winter, because in winter month when it happens, it will increase the temperature. Then third one is tropical cyclone. How is tropical cyclone linked? Tropical cyclone. Huh? See, tropical cyclone, it will be having something called as eye of the cyclone, you know, right? Yes, eye of the cyclone. Yes, so this eye of the cyclone region, whenever cyclone, during cyclone time, what will happen? For example, come to India. Now, tropical cyclone, how does it originate? What are the condition? Temperature should be greater than 27 degrees Celsius for tropical cyclones to happen. Now, during that time, what will happen? The land will, the ocean water body will get heated up. Which month it will happen? Usually it will happen in the month of October to November, December. These 3 months only, the Bay of Bengal will turn more hot compared to which one? Land. Why? Because in summer month, June month, what will happen? Land will be having low pressure, but water will be having comparatively high pressure. That is why we experience monsoon. Is it or not? What is that monsoon? Southwest monsoon. Clear? Monsoon circulation is based on this pressure difference only. Now, what will happen during cyclone time is, during the time of December, now December month is going on. In December month, how will be the land surface? Will it have low pressure or high pressure? So, land will be having now high pressure. But if you look at water body, the water which got heated in the summer month, now only it would have attained the which one? Low pressure. So, low pressure means temperature is hot. So, it will start rising in the atmosphere. Is it or not? So, the heated water particle will start rising. Now, the air particles which are rising, now it will be now moved away by which one? Northeastern trade winds. Northeastern trade winds is flowing here. So it will start moving this wind which is coming in the which is rising in the upper atmosphere. So what it will do? It will start rotating. So what it will do? It will try to rotate. That is, cyclones will be which one? Cyclones will be anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise in northern hemisphere. So it will keep rotating. Yes. So it will move like this, and it will come and attack which coast? The east coast of India. Is it clear? Are you getting So this is how cyclones is originating in the ocean. Now, the reason for that occurrence in winter is also mainly because of difference in heating of land and ocean body. Is it clear? Yes. So this is what is happening. Now during the time of cyclone, so what will happen is, see the air particles which are getting heated up and rising upper in the atmosphere, what it will do is, I will draw this diagram again. In cyclone there is a specific condition which will happen. See, it will rise up to a point, and some of the air particles, when it reaches in the upper atmosphere, it will be heavy, heavy or not, because it will become denser, colder. Now some of them will turn back. But what is the thing is, in case of ocean, the temperature rise is such an extent that the air particles which are coming down again, before it reaches the ground surface or ocean surface only, again it will be started heated up. Such a high temperature prevails in this region. Because of that, it will rise up again, and then it will form a cloud which is called as cumulonimbus cloud. Now, due to the northeastern trade wind which is coming, so what will happen now? It will start moving. Which is clockwise? Clockwise means what? Like this. This is clockwise. This is anti-clockwise only, correct? So the cyclones will move in which direction? So it will start moving this in this direction. So it will start rotating like this. So it will start moving in this direction and it will move towards which one? Towards the coastal regions of India. So it will start moving towards the coastal region and it will look for which region? It will exactly look for, because it is a region of low pressure. So it will try to look for where it can enter the land, and once it enters the land, the structure of the cyclone will be like this. That is, here it will be cloud, here it will be cloud, but center in the eye of the cyclone, the temperature will be very hot. Is it clear? So during the time of cyclone, how the rainfall will happen means, first when this winds which are there rising in this region forming cloud, that will give more rainfall. So first there will be rainfall. After that, for some period of time, there will be a break, either half day or one day. That time eye of the cyclone will be there. That time the sky will be cloudless, nothing will be there, clouds won't be visible, temperature will increase. And after the eye of the cyclone moves, then what will happen? Again it will start raining. Is it clear? So during the time of cyclone, how is the rainfall pattern? First it will rain very heavily, then there will be an increase in temperature, then again there will be increase in rainfall. So in between there will be a break in rain. This is the pattern of cyclone rainfall. Now whenever this eye of the cyclone is crossing the land, temperature will rise, and winter time the temperature will be more. Is it clear? So due to these three reasons, warm winter we are experiencing more in the world. What are the three primary reasons? First is El Nino. El Nino. Second is western disturbance. Third is cyclone. As of now, you understand this much. In geography class, again you will be studying these basic concepts clearly. Next. What is the topic next? Eighth. What is the topic number? Ninth. Indo-China border dispute. See, already have taken in our previous current affairs classes much more detail on Indo-China issue. So I don't want to again enter in detail about Indo-China issue. In one class I have taken for 1.5 to 2 hours only on Indo-China issue. How many of you attended that class? Anybody? No one from this class? Mostly many Parishram batch students only attended that time. Anyways, if the recording is there, you try to get that. But let's try to discuss the basics of Indo-China border dispute. See, Indo-China border dispute, these disputed regions can be classified into three sectors. Kindly draw this diagram. First is the Jammu and Kashmir region. This is referred as western sector. Western sector. Then we have, so western sector includes Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh region. And then we have the middle sector or central. Working. Yes. So eastern sector, it includes states from Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh majorly. And western sector, it includes Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh region. Central sector, it includes states such as Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. So first try to draw this diagram. Then we will go into the controversial points we have when it comes to Indo-China dispute. Yes. Draw this one. Yes. See, next when it comes to Indo-China relations, in the western sector, what are the disputed areas we have is, we have Aksai Chin. Go to the map of India, you can mark, you can plot this, you can identify this region called as Aksai Chin in a Ladakh region actually. Today it's part of Ladakh, but some of these areas today has been under the control of China today. After 1962 war, it has taken some area control. Aksai Chin. And you also have various lakes called Pangong So. Pangong So, and then you also have another lake called So Moriri. All are saline lakes, saltwater lake. It is in the glacier region, but they've come under salt lake. Pangong So and So Moriri. So we have problems here in this region, Aksai Chin region in the western sector. And then in the middle sector, we have Pangong So Moriri region, which is controversial region. Yes, here only we have something near to Pangong So lake only we have something called as Galwan Valley. Galwan Valley. India was trying to construct a bridge near Galwan Valley. Galwan is a river here. We tried to construct a bridge, but here we are facing problem with China near to this region, Galwan Valley region. Yes. And then there is something called as here Saksgam Valley. Saksgam Valley. So this was given by Pakistan to China in 1983. See, actually it is a part of Indian territory, but Pakistan has occupied as part of POK region. Pakistan occupied Kashmir. And what these two people did, Pakistan and China, they talked to each other, and Pakistan has gifted our Indian territory to whom? To China without asking India. Today it's under the control of China, a valley called Sakshgam Valley. Yes, so we have disputes in Sakshgam Valley, we have disputes in Aksai Chin region, and then we are facing some problem near this Galwan Valley, that is near to this Pangong So Lake region. I will draw this Pangong So Lake, especially that Pangong So Lake region. Pangong So. So here, near to this lake, actually what is happening is, we call the areas as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, so we call these areas as fringe areas. Fringe areas or finger areas. It looks like a finger. Yes, so finger areas. Narrow regions near to the lake, near to Pangong So Lake. Now, India is saying that India, if you look at this Pangong So Lake region, we are actually trying to say that we have control up to 4, finger area 4. Up to finger area 4. But China, what it is doing is, it has tried to cross the, it has reached up to finger area 2 during the times of COVID, lockdown time. So Indian army and Chinese army, they came very nearby. Almost they were standing next to opposite only, and it came in newspaper that Indo-China war may broke any time soon. Like that kind of situation we faced in lockdown time. Luckily, it did not happen. Yes, so they came very close by. It was for a long period of time. They were fighting in this region. What they did is, it is a very narrow region, very narrow. It is in this narrow region, China, what it has done is it has brought in its army vessels, military vehicles. It has brought in this particular road region. So that has created controversy with India, because India is claiming the region at least up to finger area 4 today. So it reached up to finger area 2, China, during the lockdown time, and that created problem with China. So we have problem in this region. And then coming here, go to Sikkim. In Sikkim, you have something called as Chumbi Valley. Chumbi Valley. Also, we have something called as Doklam Plateau. We are having problem in this region also. Doklam Plateau. So Doklam Plateau is a disputed region between India, China and Bhutan. Kindly write it. So 3 countries are fighting here. India, it is at the tri-junction. India, Bhutan and China. And when we come to Arunachal Pradesh, we have Tawang. Tawang. It's a monastery actually, Buddhist monastery, birthplace of Dalai Lama. Who is the Dalai Lama now? Tibetan people, they will worship him to be the next avatar of Buddha or God. So the current Dalai Lama is in Dharamshala. Dharamshala, in case of Himachal Pradesh, he is residing there. He is from Tibet only. So usually the Tibetan people, if you see, they will identify one person to be the Dalai Lama. Means now they have identified, now this Dalai Lama is very older actually. So they have found out who is the next avatar of Buddha. So they have found one child actually, very small kid who was born in Tibet region. They said that he will be the next Dalai Lama. But what happened is Chinese people, the Chinese government kidnapped that child. So they took him somewhere, and because of that there was lot of problem between Dalai Lama, current Dalai Lama who is in India, versus the Tibetan people versus Chinese government. This issue is going on for a long time. Yes. So in such a political sensitivity, but India is supporting, and not only supporting Dalai Lama, we have actually given him a place to reside in India. Lot of times he always speaks controversy or conflict about Chinese government. He always takes a stand against Chinese government, and India is very beautifully using the Buddhist card against China. So we are doing that as part of our foreign policy. But we are facing lot of border problems throughout the Chinese region. That is, there are some lines actually. Let's try to draw those lines. See, this particular line, this one, India is saying this is our border. Yes. So this is referred as Johnson line. Johnson line. What China is saying is Aksai Chin area is its line. So this is referred as, this area is Aksai Chin. So this line is McDonald line. MAC, McDonald line. McDonald line. Yes. And if you come to the northeastern regions of India, yes, this line is referred as McMahon line. McMahon line. So these are the differences in understanding, but what we should understand is, see, when it comes to the border, we have one side POK region. Yes, the boundary which we are sharing with Pakistan occupied Kashmir is referred as LOC, whereas this border region which we are sharing with China, or you can say this region, it is referred as LAC. Kindly draw this and write this, very, very important. Even in interview, when you go for UPSC interview also, they are asking this basic question. What is the difference between LOC and LAC? LOC means line of control, which we are having with Pakistan. LAC means line of actual control. Why it is called actual control means, because this boundary line got shifted especially after 1962 Indo-China war. After the Indo-China war only, this particular McDonald line came into being. Before that it was not there. Because after in that Indo-China war, India lost the war. So China occupied some Indian territory and it is claiming it. Not only that, The Tawang region, I said no. In Arunachal Pradesh, they are claiming that region, Tawang sector completely. And total Arunachal Pradesh, China is calling by the name Southern Tibet. Southern Tibet. Whenever any Indian Prime Minister or any ministers who visit this Arunachal Pradesh region means, immediately next day China will be sending out a strong protest message against India. Because it says that it's part of Chinese territory. And Indian Prime Minister or any ministers on part of central government, if they visit it, it is a disputed area, so they should not visit it. That's their point of view. But India is trying to solve this issue. What we are trying to do to sort out all this issue. As of now, if you see, we are facing more problems near Galwan Valley region. That is Pangong Tso Lake region. Yes, that finger area I said no, remember? That is one region. Doklam Plateau I said no, Sikkim, nearby Sikkim, that has been sorted out through conversations. And Arunachal Pradesh, we are still facing problem. China is claiming that area as Southern Tibet, but we are not facing any border infiltrations. No problem in border. But China is claiming that region. Where we are facing serious border problem is in this region, that is near the Pangong Tso Lake region. So to sort out this issue, both India and Chinese government, they have created an army corps commander level talks. Commander level talks. That is on both the sides of army at the higher position at the level of commanders, they will sit together and they will try to find a solution for this issue. Is it clear? So till now, what is the recent update is, now very recently 17th meeting has happened. Only meeting is happening, no solution is happening actually. Because it's very difficult for army to find out solution. What should happen is, they should encourage that is the retired IAS, IPS officers, IFS officers, especially our diplomats and Chinese diplomats who are retired, they should sit and talk together to find a solution. That is called back channel diplomacy. Usually we used to do that with Pakistan. So that should be promoted rather than this, what do you call, direct army level talks will not yield any solution. Because China is also claiming, India is also claiming, what you can do? They will say that we have occupied this area in 1962 war. India is saying for a long time it is part of our territory. So it's in the throughout the region, if you observe, we are facing big dispute with China in the Pangong Tso Lake region. Clear? Yes. So this is what they are discussing in that article. More you will discuss. We will also study in mains classes on international relations. For GS paper 2, it's always important. But in prelims exam, they may ask you geography based questions. Where is Doklam Plateau? Where is Tawang Monastery? Which UPSC in prelims they have already asked. Tawang Monastery, already a question has been asked. Now, next topic, 10th one. Huh? Paris Club. Yes. Paris Club. Actually, this is related to Sri Lankan economic crisis. You know very well, Sri Lanka went through a very big economic crisis in 2021-22. Big economic crisis. The main problem is, first is organic farming. Organic farming. What Sri Lankan government did is, all of a sudden, it went for asking the people to go for ban on chemical fertilizers. Chemical fertilizers. So because of that, what happened is, it actually wanted to go for all of a sudden 100% to organic farming. Organic farming means what? They will not use any chemical fertilizers. So by asking the people to go compulsorily for organic farming, what has happened? What will happen to the yield or productivity in organic farming? It will be very less. So the yield will be less. So overall, in case of Sri Lanka, what happened is, the yield of the crop, whatever food production which used to happen in case of Sri Lanka, all of a sudden the food production started decreasing. So the food production started decreasing. So once the food production started decreasing, what will happen to the prices of goods? It started increasing, not to an ordinary level, to an unimaginable level. Yes. So what happened is there was a price increase, that is inflation increased in case of Sri Lanka, because demand is there with the people, but supply is not there. Yes, so because of that, first it went through price rise in essential items, in food products. Later what happened is, so in Sri Lankan economy, in other areas also it started facing, especially which one? This that is a crunch, especially with respect to petroleum, petrol, diesel. Also it started what to say? It started went for huge price increase. That is, the supply was very limited. Sri Lankan economy only, government only was not having money to go for importing large amount of oil. So the availability of petrol, diesel in Sri Lanka was very less. 1 liter petrol reached up to 300, 500 rupees in Indian terms. So to such a level, why will people buy from you petrol? So what they will do, people? You say 1 kg rice is 1,000 rupees. Will you buy? Huh? Sri Lanka, they went through this only, and all the people came to the streets. They not just came to the street, they went and fully almost bombarded the Sri Lankan president and prime minister's house only. They have looted. Have you seen? Even now videos are available. Go to YouTube and watch it after the class. Uh, People have almost raided the Sri Lankan prime minister and president's house and taken away all the crucial properties. So to such a bad state Sri Lankan economy was in during the time period of 2021-22. And to make the Sri Lankan economy to come out of the crisis, it is the IMF. It has a mechanism which is called as extended fund facility. Kindly write it, very important. Extended fund facility. If you look at India also, it is the IMF which has helped India in the time period of which year? 1991, our LPG reform, which we have pursued. That time also, the one important organization which helped India to come out of the crisis is World Bank and IMF. IMF is very crucial because it will help countries which are going through BOP crisis, especially. So, the same manner, it was the IMF which initially gave the lending hand to whom? To Sri Lanka to come out of the crisis, and immediately in UPSC Prelims in 2022, they asked a question on this extended fund facility or rapid credit facility. The other name is, they have went for, that is rapid credit facility. That is also one of the mechanism in IMF. It was one of the preliminary question in 2022. Because the Sri Lankan economy went through crisis in 2021. So next year immediately they asked this in exam. Not only that, they are not only asked in prelims, again in mains also in 2022. When I was taking current affairs class, I covered completely about Indo-Sri Lankan issue for 1 hour. In Chennai, I took that class, and exactly same one question we got it from mains examination in GS paper 2. That year it was lucky for them. But we can again expect some questions in coming year prelims. Reason being, see, Sri Lankan economy, for the first round it went for rapid credit facility. Now again it is borrowing from IMF. That's why it is in news. Its economy has not improved. And in addition to that, what Sri Lanka has done is, it has borrowed from China. That is, it has participated in Chinese Belt and Road Initiative. You know that, yes? Sri Lanka is part of, last class I have taken that India, that is Chinese Silk and Road Belt Initiative is coming almost near to Andaman Nicobar, Cocos Islands, and then Sri Lanka, Myanmar corridor. China, Myanmar economic corridor, that is, we have covered, remember? How many of you attended first last week class? Okay, all are remembering, huh? Remembering, some things are took or not, only doubt. Anyways, go and revise it. So now, to sort out, to help Sri Lanka, see what is the main thing is, Sri Lankan economy collapsed mainly because of organic farming practice. Second reason what many experts are saying is because of the Belt and Road Initiative of China. Because China government, what it is doing, it will be giving lot of infrastructural loans, and that for that they will be charging high interest rate. High interest rate. Because of that, it went into, that is, debt diplomacy. What do you mean by debt diplomacy? Debt trap diplomacy. Debt trap diplomacy. What happened is, Sri Lankan government has borrowed from China to implement road projects in Sri Lanka. Not only they will build road, they will also build ports also. So now what happened is, now Sri Lankan government has to pay interest for the loan it has borrowed from China. But the interest which Chinese government charges is very high. So Sri Lankan government is not having money to pay the interest only. So to pay the interest, it has went and borrowed from other countries. That is referred as debt trap diplomacy. Are you understanding? Huh? You are understanding what is the meaning of debt trap? You see, for example, you borrow 100 rupees from him. Let's take. He has given you 100 rupees and you have to give every month 10 rupees to him. Now, you are not having 10 rupees only to pay for him, the interest. So what you are doing is, you are borrowing from your next friend, give me 10 rupees, and you are coming and settling. This is referred as debt trap. Clear? Same condition only Sri Lankan economy went through. When in the last 1-2 years it is going through this, and India is trying to make it aware that don't deal with China. So we are making many countries aware, asking them not to participate in Chinese Belt and Road Initiative. So now to sort out this, there is one more organization we have internationally, that is called Paris Club. This Paris Club was initially formed in the year 1956. 1956. So it consists of almost 22 member countries. 22 member countries. So in this, why we are studying is, India is also one of the important member of Paris Club. And the main objective of Paris Club is, they will help the countries which are having the problem of debt crisis. So it will help the countries which are facing debt crisis countries. Somebody who has borrowed loan and unable to repay, those countries who will help, Paris Club will help. So now India is also part of this club. So we are trying to help Sri Lanka. Why? Because it's part of enlightened self-interest. Why? If you help Sri Lanka, tomorrow Sri Lanka will be closer to you, so that you can make them to move away from China. That's a plan of India. But we have to wait and see. Sri Lanka, one government is staying close to India, another government is staying away from India. So we are going through this, but in prelims exam, they may ask you questions regarding Paris Club. So when it was formed and whether India is a member can be the crucial thing. And what is the main objective? It will help the countries which are going through debt crisis. Next topic. Yes, now some 5 preliminary topics. That is African, what is that? African Green Industrial Initiative. African, what is the name? Fully tell. Green Industrial Initiative. Green Industrial Initiative. Why this is important is, this African Green Industrial Initiative was started in COP28 at Dubai, which is going through now. In this only they have started this initiative. So what we are trying to do? See that? Tell me, read it. Huh? So we are trying to reduce the pollution of the industries by promoting green growth in Africa. So this initiative has been started in this year only. So you can expect a question on this in prelims. Next one. Next one, go to the map, geographical places in news. So I will use this only. I'll use the document. Yes. We have the diagram now. If you have atlas, kindly go to that. Yes. This, go to the atlas South China Sea. In South China Sea, you have Spratly and Parcel Island. Already I have taken South China Sea dispute in current affairs class. Lot of times we have talked about it. So let's not go into that again. It's a dispute which is prevailing between China, Taiwan, Vietnam, Philippines, Brunei. That is, there are group of islands called Spratly and Parcel Island. Spratly and Parcel they would not have given in atlas. Is it given? Just go to the South China Sea, you mark it and you write it. So near to Spratly Island, there is one more island called Titu Island. Just write it in your notes also. This can be asked in geographical mapping segment. What you can remember is Titu Island is part of South China Sea. If you could remember that much, you can answer this. It's located bit north of Spratly Island. North of Spratly Island, Titu Island. Yes, Philippines and China are fighting very vigorously. China has almost placed nuclear installations and all, nuclear submarines. It's an they have almost occupied this island, because this complete South China Sea is very rich in oil, gas reserves and fishing reserves. Is it clear? Yes. So since it is mineral rich, China wants to occupy it, but it is already other countries like Philippines, Taiwan, Vietnam, Brunei, they are also claiming this is part of their territory. So dispute is going on for a long time. But China is not listening to that. China is unilaterally trying to occupy this island. So what it has done is, in the last 2 days back, some 111 or some more than 100 Chinese ships, more than 100 ships, almost they came near to this Spratly Island. And after seeing that, Philippines got alerted, and what it has done is, in this Titu Island, it has created a base for its coast guard. That base is for monitoring the ship movements in the South China Sea region. Clear? That's why it's in news. So in Titu Island, Philippines have now constructed a Coast Guard monitoring station. Kindly write it. Coast Guard monitoring station. So Philippines has done that to control the movement of whom? Chinese vessels. And it is many countries including Australia, USA and even India, for that matter, we are supporting, we are doing the helping hands to with whom? Philippines and other countries only. We are trying to keep a check on Chinese movement in this region, because China is trying to dominate the region. They wanted to explore all the mineral resources in the region. But it is a part of disputed territory, so they have to abide by that. Yes. And another one, Cyclone Michung. Cyclone Michung, it happened where? Tamil Nadu and Andhra coast. So you can quote this cyclone as example for urban floods. Urban floods. Or you can quote this cyclone as example for climatic change events. Whenever in geography, if you are writing any answers on climatic change or on cyclone, try to talk about it. Or when you talk about floods, give example of 2023 Chennai flood or cyclone Michung flood as example of climatic change or as example of urban floods. Yes, so you can quote this as example. Yes. And one more most important thing is this report, Global Drought Snapshot report, which is given by which body? UN Convention to Combat Desertification. When it was formed? 1992. Go to Earth Summit. I have made you to write 3 important bodies. CBD, United Nations Convention on Biodiversity, that is to combat desertification. Another is Convention on Biodiversity. Remember? Written or not? Go and check it. I made you to write. So it is one of that body. UN Convention to Combat Desertification. What do you mean by desertification? It is a process in which there is an extension of desert-like features which are happening in the country. What are the various ways? Why deserts will expand? Why deserts? Because of more deforestation, more mining, more industrial pollution. So because of that, the desert regions may expand. Yes. So it has brought about a report called Global Drought Snapshot. In UPSC exam, try to remember the body which is publishing the report and what report it is publishing, very important. The reports are fully factual in information, so try to remember some basic information. What it is saying is 70% of cereal crops are damaged by drought in where? Mediterranean region. And 33% loss of grazing land in South Africa due to drought. What is the grazing land in South Africa? Anybody? There is a temperate grassland in South Africa. What is the name of the temperate grassland in South Africa? Veld. Very good. So the veld is the grassland. So that has also become affected. And 85% people affected by droughts in low or middle income countries. And almost 1.2 million means it will be coming around